the realness.
Hey, so we're back, right?
We're back with Apron and Stilettos. With my special guest, Chef Tyenella Hall here, and we are plating for our amazing guest in the audience who is smelling all this good stuff. So tell them what I'm doing. What am I putting on here?
You're putting a fresh cucumber and tomato salad together, and it has just a little bit of olive oil and some homemade spices. Well, not homemade, but homegrown spices. And it's to make the jambalaya pop. So that's what you have there. And then we have to...
So the olive oil, you said, that's good stuff, right?
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
So not all that calorie,
No.
crazy stuff I'll be buying at the supermarket?
No.
Okay. All right.
Here's a helpful hint, though. If you're going to start frying anything and you want to be able to walk away for a second, you have levels of oil that have smoke points. Your highest of your smoke point is going to be avocado oil. The next is your grapeseed oil. Your vegetable oil is okay. Your olive oil is so dense that it burns when the pan gets hot. So that's why you stay right by your pan when you're using olive oil. And the reason why it's so good for you is because it burns right away. So your avocado oil is good with nutrients, but it has, I'm sprinkling a little bit of pretty green on here because you just can't be giving people food with no colors to them. So
No colors to it.
yeah, so we got some nice little color, and what I'm sprinkling is a little bit of chive, so it brings a little bit of onion flavor to the dish. And you have to excuse me, I'm doing this one without gloves on, which is not my normal.
But we sanitize and
Oh,
we're
yes.
good.
Yes.
I have the forks on your side.
Yes, ma'am.
Forks or spoons.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can just pass me the tray and I'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
So before you, because I want you to serve your guests, serve our guests so they can meet Chef Ty. I wanted to ask you about the depression. Was it just that one time, or did you have bouts of it?
It's something that's ongoing.
Okay.
By me being in the military, most people that are soldiers, we come home with what's called PTSD. So most of our scars are inward. It's not something that you're going to see. So what I tell people is just to be there, to be that person that you can lend your ear to. Have someone that you can go out to, the support team, yeah, because we need it. And a lot of times creativity is what will bring you out of it. So that's my escape out.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, because Chef Ty is here and y'all all know we are taping on TV, I'm gonna unmic her so that she can go and serve her audience guests as I finish plating for the other guests.
And so you know, and you can see, you should never trust a clean chef.
You guys speaking to me.
Oh, I'm sorry, you should never trust, oh, I like this nice and close. You should never trust a clean chef or a skinny one.
That's what she told me.
Yes. So this is the waitress skill level right here.
Are you just gonna show off on Apron and Stilettos? Is that what you do?
That's what we're supposed to do.
You can go this way. So I love that we and I'm gonna talk Chef Ty, and I know she can't speak because she doesn't have her mic on at this time, but she's going to serve our studio audience. I myself have dealt with suicide and depression, and it seems to come and go. But one of the things that I always tell people is to know the signs and be aware of what's going on in your life, and also to be honest with yourself about what's going on. Because sometimes with depression, we want to act like it was nothing. Now, sadness is one thing, but depression is a period of sadness over a period of time. So it's depression over a period of, it's sadness over a period of time that turns into depression. And sometimes we can act like it is just, oh, this one thing or that thing, and then you find yourself not going to work, feeling sad, being in the bed, isolating yourself from other people. And we end up, it feels like quicksand. And it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to get out of that mindset once you're there. It's going to take a lot of struggle, a lot of battle, a lot of you being real with yourself about where you are and what's going on with you. So I always tell people, have a safety plan. Find someone that you can be open and honest with, so that you don't have to live there. Sadness is a way of life. You can have things that are not going well with your life, but you don't want to stay there. And you don't want to be too prideful that you alienate the people who can help you. Chef Ty is telling me what to do. Now, I guess that's what she's supposed to do. This one needs a fork. How's that tasting out there? Good? Good. So one of the things I constantly do, because I have a lot of titles outside of just being the host of Apron and Stilettos, but I wanted to make sure that you know it's not just the poster board PTSD or someone who's dealing with depression. It's not just people in the military. It's people, first line responders. It can happen to anyone. And we lose a lot of good people when they don't reach out. When they don't reach out to other people, or they don't let people know what's really going on. So we'll be right back after this commercial. We want to see what's going on with our audience, get some audience feedback. I am your host, Sous Chef Diamond, and our fabulous Chef Tyenella Hall. Is the food good out there? Yes, we'll be back with some audience feedback, and then we'll wrap up with Chef Ty for this session as far as her jambalaya, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
So I was reading some of your stories, and I noticed just a few words, and it says in the corner. She was in an abusive relationship, and this man kept telling her to get in the corner.
In my own house.
In your own house.
In my own house.
In your own house. Mm-hmm.
Situations like your adrenaline flows.
Right.
And then for some odd reason, you end up having that, okay, he's right here, like, what we gonna do now? So after you really don't hit me, the sex is more intense. So it's like, okay, he really didn't mean it. He was drunk. His friends were out there. I really shouldn't have did this. And you start justifying the dysfunctional behavior.
Mm-hmm. Ended up getting into relationships with older men and thinking that they was my daddy, and because I was looking for this father figure. And so he was this neighborhood drug dealer. He took care of me. He did everything I wanted him. I wanted him to do. I didn't need to have a want or need for anything. But that comes with a price. I went to my mom's, and she said, "What you gonna do about that baby?" And I remember feeling like a statistic.
Tanisha Anthony, looking for love in all the wrong places. Thinking sex was how she could get love. Mm-hmm. If she gave them some, maybe they'll love her.
Right.
How diminished are our minds as women that we need someone to talk down to degrade us when we don't even know who we are?
Every time you call me a B, you were stripping me.
Right.
You were stripping of who I was trying to find. Right. I didn't know who I was because I was raped too. So when my virginity and my femininity is taken away, I don't know who I am. I'm 13 years old. Right. I need to be playing with dolls and double dutch and stuff.
Your innocence is
so
gone. Right.
that was taken away from me. So I didn't know who I was. And to be from one man to another man to another man, you get so lost.
Yes.
And you trying to please them in the process.